Hello and welcome back to Deus Machina Demonbane. When her lungs are filled to bursting, she exhales it all at once. However, it is not air that she expels. Darkness pours from Nero's mouth. Utterly devoid of light, it forms an impenetrable veil around her. What? Augustus's attack is absorbed into the darkness, where no light can exist, and soon nothing remains, and the darkness vanishes with the sound of snapping fingers. There Nero stands, unharmed and unimpressed.
She even yawns, cutely.
Despite the absurdity of the scene, Augustus and Vespanius' hearts are trembling with fear. I see. Of course. Only of this level sorcery is useless, meaningless. Nothing less. Nothing less from Tyrant Nero. What a monster you are.
You finally understand the difference in strength.
Nero stretches luxuriously, continuing with the light warm-up exercises as she speaks.
Anyway, Nero will be putting Cthulhu to good use. But playing with Kuru, what toy could be better than this illusory heart mother? Okay, I'll let you go. Turn tail and run already.
I'm afraid that is not an option. Even when faced with the overwhelming disparity in power, they do not retreat. Thinking this odd, Nero stops her aerobics and stares at them. Her playfulness is gone, replaced with pure murderous intent, and the force of her malice chills the air and drives cracks into the walls and floor.
You still don't get it. Well, whatever. Just killing you works too.
The pressure of her will would crush the life of any powerless person. The two Anticrofts handle it with ease. Nero frowns, annoyed by her confidence.
You still have something up your sleeve. You'll never learn.
Not really. However, Nero, aren't you forgetting something? We are inside the body of Great Cthulhu. The chamber suddenly explodes with the god's presence. The entire room quakes and the air is instantly filled with putrefaction. Countless tentacles, glistening with filth, burst from the ceiling, walls and floor, all reaching for Nero.
This is...
The slimy tentacles seize Nero, wrapping around her limbs, neck and waist. She begins to form a spell to blast them away. However... Her power drains out of her, sucked through the tentacles that bind her. Irresistible and gluttonous, the tentacles mercilessly drink every last drop of her energy. She no longer has the willpower to lift a single finger. Nero's consciousness fades rapidly, and she sinks into Cthulhu's slimy embrace. And just before her vision fades, Nero sees it. There is a girl standing before the throne, in the centre of the forest of tentacles. When did she appear? She's staring blankly at Nero with her mismatched eyes.
Relay text.
Sleep well, Nero. You will likely never awaken again. Your mind shall be joined with the gods to forever wander through dreams beyond death. With Nero lying powerless at his feet, Augustus closes his eyes and sighs. However, her power is far greater than I imagined. I see. It is no wonder she could resist Black Lodge on her own.
Well, well. Is she not splendid? Is she not magnificent? This is the tyrant. This is Nero. This is the number 9 of the Moonchild project. My final, greatest masterpiece. Are the fruits of my research not excellent beyond measure?
I would prefer it if you could keep a tighter rein on your pets. Your moon children are much too difficult to control.
How unforgiving. Indeed, this argument puts me at a disadvantage.
Well, no matter. Now that we have the Sea Priestess, the Central Unit, and the Relay Text, we will finally be able to control the god's power. Augustus roars and trembles with joy, and Vespanius nods repeatedly with satisfaction.
Relay, Cthulhu, Ra, Ra.
As ever, the girl who is the Relay Text stands motionless, staring at some distant dream that only she can see. Words flow unceasingly from her lips like a song or a prayer. Augustus smiles down upon her. Now everything is prepared. Relay Text, your beloved god will finally achieve true awakening.
God?
The Relay Text does not respond. She only continues to sing. The room shakes with the unearthly words of her supplication and the sound of Augustus' laughter. Everyone is in high spirits, perhaps because of the divine aura filling the air. A tiny change, therefore, goes unnoticed. Nero lies powerless on the cold marble floor, but her mouth is twisted into a contemptuous smile. Slashing blades of light, fists surging with power, crisscrossing light and dark, crisscrossing white and black. The angels have taken their deathmatch above ground, and they spiral higher and higher into the sky as they battle. Their power builds to the limit, and then explodes, blasting them apart, landing on the roofs of opposite buildings. They face off anew. Sandalphon presses his hand against his left eye. Ugh, my wounds ache whenever I confront you, and the ache becomes unbearable. It hurts me so. How sweet the throbbing of my hatred is. Metatron's beam blasts through the building Sandalphon is standing on, causing it to explode. Sandalphon immediately leaps into the air. Metatron follows suit. The black wings spread. The white wings spread. Pulsing with darkness, the black fist shakes the air. Surging with light, the white swords rend the air. The warriors collide with tremendous force, sending each other crashing to the ground. Ugh! Sandalphon's side has been cut open. Blood drips from the sliced armour. Metatron has been struck in the chest and she gasps for breath, her armour cracked and dented. They stand at the same time. Sandalphon raises his fists. Metatron readies her blades. Stillness. Even though they are merely facing each other, their wounds are steadily draining their stamina. However, neither can find an opening that would allow for an immediate attack. Despite his impatience, Sandalphon addresses his enemy with a laugh. I am enjoying this, Metatron. I am not as unenthusiastic as ever. I am not so vulgar as to feel joy in battle. Is that something my killer should be saying? His laughter stops, and the force of his bloodlust thickens. Though faced with his murderous will, Metatron shows no fear. There's never any fear. There is only bitterness and pain. Her next words come with effort. And what about you? You killed everyone! With her words comes a flood of emotions that have been suppressed until now. Emotions as powerful, and yet different than her malice. There is a rage and grief, and nostalgia and rejection and hate and... yes, even love. But if these feelings can become a weapon that hurts her as much as it does her enemy, then how are they any different from malice? Yet even such sorrowful malice vanishes before Sandalphon's next words. Do you have the right to grieve for them? A sudden emptiness assaults Metatron. She has no response. Unlike him, she cannot abandon everything and give herself to blind hatred. If you will not pretend to justice, Metatron, then I do not pretend to sadness either. I will say it again. You are a much crueler being than that. For she who bears the name of an angel, her sins are a constant torment. Yet even so... Hearing explosions in the distance, she thinks about Deus Machina, still fighting a Demonbane. Even having lost his other half, he still continues to fight. Then she thinks about the people that she loves.
There are people that she wants to protect, people that she must protect.
And if protecting them is to be her atonement, then she cannot lay down her sword. Even if, in her battle for atonement, she must commit new sins. Even if she is fated to remain a sinner for all eternity, she points her sword at Sandalphon. True, none of that matters. Deus Machina is struggling, and I don't have time for the likes of you. Again? You still look away from me, Metatron? Sandalphon leaps into the air, and Metatron flies to meet him. Yes, she must fight, even if her heart sheds tears of blood. Her life is a battle against her sins, and that alone is the pride that supports her. Beelzebub's miasma is still pouring into Demonbane. Our status is entering the danger zone and our monitors are all flashing red. I try to raise Demonbane's arm to pull Beelzebub's hands away from her face, but with the magic circuits all fucked up, Demonbane won't do what I tell it. This is bad, Robo. The operating rate of all systems is dropping fast, Robo. Fuck! Huh? Ah! Beelzebub suddenly releases Demonbane, which falls to the ground. The most I can manage is to plant both knees and keep us from collapsing completely. After a moment's pause, Beelzebub swings its arm at Demonbane's chest. He's aiming for the cockpit. Mr. Tissue, look out! Shit! Robo! I twist out of the way to avoid a direct hit on the cockpit. Beelzebub's arm smashes a deep dent into Demonbane's right shoulder. He's not finished yet. Glowing magic symbols cover his arm. I can feel the power gathering. Oh, shit! The power reaches its limit and explodes. Demonbane's right shoulder is blasted into splinters, and the force of the explosion knocks it onto its back. Come on! No time to be sleeping! A sphere of compressed miasma forms between Beelzebub's hands, howling like the damned and the dying as it is unleashed on Demonbane. Timeless! Critias! I use the few live magic circuits to activate the leg shields, blasting us into the air. Beelzebub's cursed shell misses us and hits the ground. The corrupt energy pollutes the earth, corroding it before my eyes. I manage to get away. Demonbane still can't move much. A proper landing, of course, is out of the question. I'm plowing the ground head first. The cockpit shakes brutally from the impact. Ah! Ah, my head! I'm going to lose data, Robo. I struggle to get Demonbane to its feet, but its remaining arm trembles unreliably under its weight. Are we screwed? What's wrong, Kuru? Why are you crawling like that? While we're fighting just to stay operational, Beelzebub is approaching slowly and confidently. He's just playing with us. Come on, stand up already! There's no 10 count in a death match, you know. Don't fuck with me, you rotten corpse! Despite the terrible position we're in, I force Demonbane to twist up and into an awkward sweep kick. The machine screams in protest and system errors pop up one after another, but I ignore them. It doesn't matter what insane, ludicrous shit I have to do, as long as we get out of this. If I fall down, little Rory will get squashed, you know. Panic dulls my movements, allowing Beelzebub to step on Demonbane before I could connect with my kick. Shit! Oh, I fucked up! Oh, you dummy! Ah! Ah! Beelzebub lays into us with alternating kicks. Pummeling smashes and tears armor, and flames erupt from all over Demonbane. The city is covered with Demonbane's silver blood, and the lightning flying from its damaged parts. Mr. Deershoe, how dare you? How dare you do this to Grandfather's Demonbane? Oh yes, yes! Ugh. I roll clumsily along the ground to avoid Beelzebub's kicks, crushing buildings as I desperately try to think of a way out of this. The difference is power and clear. I can't even attack with the princess being held hostage. What should I do? How can I defeat him? How can I save the princess? I guess it's about time to finish this. Beelzebub raises its hands. Another sphere of miasma begins to form, warping the air as it grows in power. Darling, what's the plan, Robo? That's what I want to know. The damage is worse than before, and the magic circuits aren't recovering. I don't think I can evade another attack like this. Damn! The miasma roars as it becomes even more concentrated. I can see a black storm raging in the center of the mass. The air begins to darken with corruption, making Beelzebub look like some twisted revenant. That's not all. It hurts. I hear voices. They're not coming as sound waves, but are being transmitted direct to my brain. Help me. It's cold. Darling, what's wrong, Robo? I don't want to die. Have you figured out what the source of this power is yet, Kuru? That's right. A maelstrom of thought and emotion surged from Beelzebub. Resentment, hate, regret, envy, grief, anger. It rages and howls, a terrible force of destruction that presses down on Demonbane. As the darkness covers my vision, I hear countless voices inside my skull. I don't want to die! It burns! I can't breathe! It's cold! It hurts! I'm lonely! I'm freezing! It's dark! I'm scared! I don't want to die! Well, I think that's a reasonable point to end this part. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.